I said Shabrika. We was locked up at the house. Oh, another thing too for uh the fallen angels. Y'all remember how we would get rewarded? It wasn't because of how much money you made on Earth and all that shit, right? You know that, right? It was always about who had the saddest story. Y'all forgot? Just say, for instance, I remember a couple. Uh, Tyler Perry, Robert. Yeah, that's Eric too, ain't it? Nah, they ain't. Oh yeah, I forgot. What's the name? Hassan Bay. But anyway, you remember how the story go, right? You remember your story was when you had won for the best sad story back in the slavery time and how the slave masters stopped you in a it was a white lady, white master, slave owner, daughter or something, and y'all fell in love. Basically, the Candyman story. That's what happened to him. And Candyman happened in real life. That's not a movie. That's based on a true story. Yeah, the mob and everything cut his arm off or a hand off and put the hook on it and everything. That's true. And he had the saddest story out of all the angels for that time. Just like Maya, her and Quincy, y'all story was the saddest story. And how they killed him or something, and you just bust out and start attacking everybody, all the white people and everything, because it was like back in slavery time, and you was like because you was, high yellow or whatever, and you was in the house, what they call a house nigga, house slave, whatever. And you had a great story, and you was rewarded. And then for the Shambrika story, with us being locked up in Philadelphia, you was the main character, and you got rewarded because that was your story. Who else? One more. Oh yeah, my boy Hug, Big Anthony Trice. Your story was the shit. You remember when how your story went? If you forgot, back in slavery time, and they what they do? I don't know if you stood up for somebody, and your original form was David Banner, the rapper, whatever. But anyway, your story goes like I said they had hung you. That's how your story went. They had hung you, and you got rewarded for your story. You had the saddest story out of all the angels at the time. But I'm telling you this, cause you gotta think about all the shit y'all done put me through, and the shit that I'm about to reveal to you to show you how deep my shit go, and all the people that's in on this shit, and it goes far on. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a great story. Then you gotta add on too the pain and stuff I endured for Jesus Himself. You gotta throw that in there too. So y'all know it's gonna be hell of rewards for my story. Oh, I just threw that in to refreshing y'all if y'all forgot. Let y'all know how God reward people. He don't reward people by how much money you make and all that shit. He look for those who went through a lot because he feels for us all, even his angels. And still, I'm not an angel. So anyway, who we at? Paper all wet and shit. Cigarette wet. Where I'm at? Damn, you fucking up my shit. Oh yeah. Anyway, so that's how I met Shambriga through that story and a couple of LC, Fallen Angel. Um, oh, Oprah, she won too. She had a great story. Sort of like that Beloved movie. It's like take part with that and how the slave people, slave owners and stuff used to rape her and all that and beat her, and how she just went on one and blew up everybody and shit. And that was a great story. And she got rewarded. Yeah. So that's how story. That's how you get rewarded. Sometimes, with a lot of times. Yeah, this is my good paper. This the one I'm trying to fucking save. You want to wet it up. Okay. Anyways, Prince. Well, one of my forums is I'm the original Prince Harry. Remember I said I had a little miscommunication about that, and I was talking about my mother being killed. And just to let you know that I'm lying, not lying. The royal family just want some people sitting on a throne and shit like that. I don't think I need this paper. And they used to fight justice and stuff for the world and aliens and stuff like the angels do. That's what the royal family used to do. Prince Charles, Diana, me, which I'm Harry, and my brother Robert. He got so many names too. Tyler Perry, Hassan Bey. Hell, was your ass Eric too? Y'all the same motherfucker. Anyway, yeah, that's what we used to do. That's why it was the royal family. And plus, the royal family also do the stuff like the angels do. They make people in, acting careers and all that. They got the power too. And so the story goes is, yeah. So our father, Mr. Charles, he's evil man. Pretty sure he's still evil. And what he would do is he didn't like black people. He hated black people. And I know you look at them videos, you see my mother, Diana, giving out to the people like in Africa and stuff like that. And she loved black people too. But she knew the rules what he didn't like. He didn't want us getting close to him and touching him and shit like that. And I didn't like it, and she didn't like it. And of course, Robert, he didn't like it either, but he more of a father's boy. He'll pick his father's side. So one day, they was out there, we was out there, in the public, whatever, and people, everybody gathered, of course, some black people. Hey, it was a little boy. And he was reaching out for my mother's hand. And so she went to shake it, she wear gloves. But yet still she went to shake the hand of the child, and Charles seen it. And he like, snatched her hand and hit the little boy hand down real hard. And I didn't like that. So I got upset. And another reason he didn't like me, because I used to kick his ass. I mean, he was stronger than me in a way, but his fighting style wasn't, I'm gonna get into that. Anyway, so I got pissed off, because I used to, take up for anybody, any race. It wasn't just black people, but of course, they get treated the worst. And so she was looking like, oh, Charles, why you do that? We was getting filmed and everything, and, I told you, don't be touching their hands. And the mother got mad at the child, the black child. You don't be touching my son's hand like that, because mind you, we got super strength. And it kind of hurt the little boy. And so he slapped the mother. And so I think I got on his ass a little bit, and they stopped it. He got the guards and shit. And so when we get home, every time, my mother will whoop his ass, Diana. If you ever notice on them pictures and interviews, she always looking like she don't want to be with him, always turning her head and shit. She ain't like him. I guess it was through, the royalties of who got the most money and shit. That's how they got hooked up. And she really didn't like him, to be honest. And I got to the point, because we'd get into it, because he ain't like me. He didn't want me hanging, because I told you Prince Harry used to fly around and fight, any threat of the world. Save people and all that shit. You see him on camera naked. Used to go through the hood flying. And my favorite person, especially in the black community, was Jardine. You see her, she was like, look at that little motherfucker flying. And like they had my red hair, and after I get through fighting and shit, my shit be all spiked up, looking like Jimmy Neutron. She like, look at that little motherfucker, he turning red. I get mad, I can change to any damn thing. I just like listening to her curse. She's the way she's look at that little motherfucker. Like that's my favorite damn person. But anyway, Like I said, I hang out in the hood and everything. Everybody love Prince Harry. I mean, yeah, that's what I was, Prince Harry. And so my father, I didn't know at the time, but he was jealous. Even though he ain't like black people, he ain't like how they respected me. And anyways, so we always had a problem. And I had a little cousin, if I'm mistaken, she was our sister. Little cousin, her name was Madison. Yeah, it was Madison. And I would do shit on purpose to piss Charles off. And I'd be doing the shit that I learned from the hood. I'd come in the house with my hat to the back and had my pants sagging and shit. You don't bring that nigger type shit in here and all this. And I should be like, I ain't curse him, but I know I can beat him, so I wouldn't worry about it. And we'll get into it, whatever. And if it was times he'd get the best of me, and my mother step in because she was stronger than all of us. And Robert, he was strong too. He was stronger than me. And you know, and most of the time he'd join sides with Charles because Charles, we were kicking his ass most of the time, and he's a father's boy. And sometimes we had to whoop both of their ass. They ain't never whooped mama ass. They ain't never whooped her ass. But anyway, so he got to the point. He got tired of us. I got y'all. I got you. He got tired of being embarrassed because sometimes, of course, people will see it. It will never film. And he got tired of that shit. Like, I can't have my damn son whooping my ass and my wife. Like, she always whoop his ass in the house. She wouldn't do it in public. And so he got to the point, he said, fuck this shit. So he went into the hood. And the hood don't respect him because they was always wondering, like, why you the only one that always come? And like I say, Robert or Prince William, he would come too. He like, why y'all only two? And sometimes my mother, she would sneak through there too. And he like, why your fops don't come? And I told her, like, he don't like black people. So they like, oh, and they can see it in his face and shit. So he better not come to this motherfucker. You know how this shit go. So he coming to the hood, and they was ready to fuck him up, because God showed me. They about to fuck him up, and he told them, nah, he came with money. He came with a deal. He came to Snoop and Chris. I ain't mistaken, it's Chris. That's how you say his name. And he knew they were some good, powerful bounty hunters, and they can shapeshift and everything. So he wanted my mother gone, because he know she's the biggest threat. So that's how I found out about the person when she's in her dressing room, whatever event it was. She just thinking it's a regular person bringing drinks or refreshments or to do her hair. The whole time I think it was Snoop. And she stuck my mother with her blade. I told you, the armed hand turned to a big blade, assassins. And she killed my mother, put her in the closet, and she took her form. And she thought she can get away farther with the business of getting it to the family and stealing the money. But the whole time, Prince Charles, my father, he knew who she was because he paid and she didn't, pay for her services, and she thought she was tricking him. And he had to let her know, nah, you ain't stronger than me and you ain't fucking over me. And what he would do was he wanted her to, still be Princess Diana, but yet still he used to dog her out. He used to beat on her, and him and his friends and colleagues, they would run the train on her, fill her up with drugs and everything. But she was already doing drugs. Like I said, mine just not really my mother, it's Snoop. And even though I found out down the line that it wasn't my mother, and God was telling me, like, just go along with it, I still felt sorry for her. As if she was my mother, because she looked just like her, but yet still, I didn't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that being done to nobody. So I would take up for her. And I was kicking his ass again, and then him and Robert, Hassan, whatever you want to call him, they'd jump on me. Then it got to the point, because she wasn't strong enough to help me, even though she's strong herself. I was like, shit, we got to get an escape. We got to get the fuck out of here. And that's what we end up doing, and we end up going back into the hood. And Chris, or whatnot, he was ready to attack me. Well, he did attack me, and Snoop had to tell him, like, chill out. He been helping me. And we got a way to look in each other's eyes to see the history of what happened. And he actually seen that I was taking up for her, even though I knew who she was. So he had respect for me. He stopped and apologized, and you know, it kind of like kept me ransom, held me down and whatnot. And it got to the point that Charles came to the hood himself. And what he did was, when he caught me alone, he said, "Since you love these niggers so much, I'm gonna change you into a nigger." And that's when he turned me into Little Yummy. And he made sure that I couldn't shapeshift to change to anything else with his powers. And I had to go along with the Little Yummy timeline, which God knew was coming. And he knew Prince Harry had some money. That's another thing too. My father, Prince Charles, he was going broke because he's bullshitting money, and everybody knew my big inheritance was coming, so he wanted to get me out the way. So he said, "Fuck it, throw him to the wolves, and nobody will know about him." And fucked up my memory and shit. So I think that I'm supposed to be here as a Little Yummy at the time, back in Chicago. Well, it was in Detroit too. I was started in Detroit, then went to Chicago. But anyway, but that's how Little Yummy got started. And that's why you see me and I be talking about I can't change and shit. I know how to do it now. I know how to activate. I ain't activated yet, but anyway, he's the big reason for all of this mix-up shit. And who got my spot for Prince Harry? That is, all right. Oh yeah, and down the line too, I end up taking out Robert, Hassan, Prince William, the real, you know, because we all face trauma, everybody. The angels, the royal family, everybody who fought, even the devil himself, everybody fucked up. All them battles and blasts and shit, it fuck you up. You have split personality. Like one day you cool, you yourself, then all of a sudden you just bust out on some evil shit. You want to fuck up everybody and everything. And that's another reason a lot of everybody just about had to have their legs amputated or removed or whatnot because you're strong as hell, and you're getting stronger, and then out of nowhere, you just had these fits. And they'll take damn near motherfuckers from here or over there, everybody with superpower to come stop your ass. So you'll lose a leg at a time. You should see, give you some time to see if you can kick out the shit that's going on. The motherfucker get strong again, go on one, rogue mode. Then you gotta take off the other leg to, you know, minimize the threat, basically. So when I was talking about legs, it wasn't nothing personal. I want to take it. Nah, motherfuckers get too strong, and then they forget who you is, and they want to take out everybody. And once people knew that, oh yeah, you right, then God will show them, like this the shit you was doing. And people will be like, oh, well I see, yeah, I guess I did need that motherfucker going. Yeah, you fucking up some shit. That's why your leg was gone. And you keep doing this shit over and over. But anyway, let me fire my cigarette. Let me look at this paper too, see if that's what I'm through with the royal family. Oh yeah, too, I had some family members, my grandparents, the ones I was talking about Suge took out, they could have been white people, but they love black people too. So they moved into the hood. And that's why they had all the money and stuff. Like I said, they was able to buy and do stuff for me. But they was happy that I stood up for the black folks. Because all the other royal family, they didn't like black people. So they knew like this is the one who's gonna help, change our lineage. And of course, the house looked like it was regular, but I told you people got that illusion magic, and it make your house look like it ain't all that. But the whole time, when you want to, you just, and you got couches and all that fly shit. What's up now? And let me look at this paper, see if I'm through with that. Put it down. And my mother or brother would whoop his ass. She would also tell him. Oh yeah, too. He was so hateful. Prince Charles, father, whatever. I ain't calling him father. Fuck him. Charles. When I say he hated black people so much, by us touching and hugging on them or whatever. When we get home, burn those clothes, take them on. I'm like, damn, you hate black people that much? "You're not wearing that shit in my house," and he'll start talking in Latin, and I understood everything, like every language back then. But he'll get to speaking in Latin and all that. I'm like, damn, he really, eyes. We talk about devil looking. You can just look at his face and tell he's a damn evil man. And yeah, we had to burn the clothes, gloves. What else? What else? Whole shit he was doing. It's a whole ass nigga. Uh, Kid didn't know he knew he would treat the fate with that. Heavy drugs, black community. He was. Oh yeah, and then you gotta also remember too, when my mother was trying to leave him, he found that out too, and that really pissed him off. So yeah, she wasn't the one in the car accident. That was Snoop. That was Snoop. Like I said, my mother, she got killed, and Snoop killed her, but he already was finding out that she wanted to leave him, and she was already having an affair. And so that was another reason he couldn't have that shit. Like I'm the heir of the throne and all this, and my prince is leaving it and stuff like this never happened, and it's not gonna happen, not on his watch. And then plus he knew Snoop was the bounty hunter, and he didn't give a damn about her, so he just killed her off and put her in that limousine shit. And she knew she was gonna had to go. That's why you look at the films and stuff, and you see how she looking in the car. She already knew it was coming, but she knew she was gonna survive it, of course, too. What else we got on here? Always helped out, received. Time he was jealous of the love I got. Yeah, I said that in black people. You know what I mean? I said that. So we about done with that. Sell black cousin. When he would get upset, he would start speaking Latin. I said that. Robert. He's. Oh yeah. And then I told you Prince Harry had so much love in the hood that Robert, aka Hassan Bey, and all the other shit, Tyler Perry, he wanted that shit for himself. So he got to spreading lies and shit. Cause somebody told him like, "You stronger than your brother," and he like, "I am," cause at the time I already took one of his legs off. That's when he had one of them episodes. I told you he would get hit in the head. I just already said that. And so he was already mad at me about that shit. And so yeah, he would go spreading lies like till this day and copying the shit, my style and everything. Also, the singer Neo, that was one of my forms and that was one of my characters. Did he steal that? Or what's the name? I remember the dude Steve Urkel, Jaleel White, whatever his name. He did some shit like body transfer too. But yeah, Robert at the time, he used to whoop my ass. Like I said, he was stronger at the time. Who stole my body. And he's a smart ass motherfucker. Robert, he's like an evil genius. He is an evil genius. He is an evil genius. But he ain't the smartest damn person, I tell you that. Okay. And damn, so hold up. So he took one of my spots. He took it, either he's still Harry or, he took my body as Harry. No, Prince Charles took my body as Harry. And I guess Robert is still William. And so who's Charles? Ain't no telling who Charles. He might just put anybody in there because, like I say, he all old and fucked up anyway. So he probably put anybody in that bitch. Just as long as they stand up. Let me see. All right, I'm on the back. All right, let me check this out. Oh yeah, now here comes the good shit. Let me fire this damn cigarette up. This one we're gonna get some tricky shit motherfuckers didn't think I know. Let me get on light this motherfucker up real quick. Hold up. I ain't cut off, I gotta light this damn cigarette. Hold up. Shit. Light it a little. Damn, this my wet. Alright. I'm back. And what my damn pay for that? I ain't in my office. So this still got to do with Harry. This when I was still Harry. Before I turned to he turned me to Lil Yummy. Uh, like I said, I told you Harry was good in the hood, right? So he would go, like I said, he in Detroit, and there was this one house. Confirmation. Yeah, he wanted me to get to the good part. Uh, hood dude, everybody had love, but there was this one family, they was running shit, selling drugs. They was the big dogs around there. Had all the witchcraft, the top witchcraft, but everybody in the hood had witchcraft, and he had a lot of top people. But this family, they was known for being the top dogs. And his family just so happened to be, I didn't really get their last names good. I don't know if I'm saying it right. But the actor from Good Times, JJ, his real name was it Jimmy Walker or some shit. Well, one of the those drug dealers, that was one of his characters back then, and his real name was well, of course his nickname was JJ, but his real name was Anthony. So we always hear his mother call him JJ, Anthony. Everybody here, they knew it was time for him to go in. And his mother name was Leona. We called her Lee. And JJ, Anthony, was smart as fuck. That nigga was smart. Still is smart. And powerful. I gotta throw this in there for you, JJ. Because like I said, out of all the people I ever faced, he was like the funniest. Because we could make ourselves big, of course, and fight. We'd play our own video games and be giants. Anyway, he'll throw out his power ball like a Mortal Kombat. We made our own like Mortal Kombat and shit. I throw out, disc or some shit like that, say that. He'll throw out his shit. Whole ass nigga. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm looking like, man, what is it? It come all slow. Oh man, this little weak shit, I'm gonna go ahead and take it. I'm gonna hit your ass. Pow! Motherfuckers make you see like you just turned to a damn woman or some shit. Like you get to move and all shit. Everybody be looking like, damn, he fucked you up. I was like, damn. I was like, hell no, he hit me with it. He just throw it out. He be up there laughing. Whole ass nigga. He just keep throwing out that shit. And the motherfucker just, pow, like you turned gay or some shit. I was like, damn, I ain't fucking with him. But I used to have a good time with him. And anyway, when I used to come to the hood and shit, as Lil Harry, he would have women and, of course, drugs and everything. And I was down with him. I was like, damn, they showing me real love. I was like, yeah, I like these, folks. But the whole time, it was a catch. It was a setup. He was baiting me in to get my money. And he knew I had some money and shit. Everybody else was really cool with me, but like I say, can't trust everybody. But anyway, he had this one. I really liked it. Gloria, aka Shambrika. And she's the one I liked it the most. And that's how down the line too she got. Was that before? Anyway, she got pregnant somehow. And so make sure I ain't missed it. It was just him. Oh, he had a brother too. Yeah, that's something I forgot. He had a brother, and his brother was like of course he was top dog too with drugs and everything, but he had powers, and of course all the fights he had the head trauma just like JJ and his mother. Everybody, everybody who fought had head trauma. And his brother, he was strong, and I had to do the same thing with him. God said you gotta, take a leg off one at a time, and he'll be cool for a while. Then that shit come on you, you can't control it, and you get on one. Then you take another leg, and so he ain't got no legs. But JJ, he was smart, so smart that he the one who made. It wasn't me. I took credit for it. I get that back to him. He the one who made the artificial legs. I said the alien legs, like everybody walking around looking like they got real legs, but they not them little stiff ones. I'm talking about move and jump like anybody else who got real legs. And So that's the creator. I ain't gonna take that man credit. I think I probably helped out a little bit on that. I'm just gonna give it to him. That's his creation. Him and his mama too, because his mother was a school teacher, and then she got on drugs, and plus she was a madam. So that's why he always had they like I said they had it all going on. The hood was they had the hood sold. Everybody knew who they was. Don't fuck with them. And so what else? What you say? Hold on. Okay. They had the hood on swole. Anyway, Gloria got pregnant. She already had a son named DeAndre. And I used to go to school with DeAndre. Like I said, he was gifted too. And he didn't like me. We was cool sometimes we wasn't. But anyway, it got even worse that I was doing his mom's. Like I said, even though I was a child, by I could turn grown or whatever. And that's what a lot of angels and Greek gods, everybody, was something we love more than drugs was sex. And so that's why I was getting it in. It don't matter what age you is, it's just something that's built in us. And he ended up having a little brother, and little brother was a beautiful child, cute little boy. And just ain't had no legs. Hold up, he did have legs. That was the crazy thing, because JJ, hold up, did JJ and them really have legs? Hold on, let me think for a second. I said I took his brother's legs off. Yeah, they did have legs. Because a lot of people didn't have legs. They just looked like, because JJ and them supplying them. I know a lot of times I'd take his leg off, he'd come back the next fight. Ah, man, you ain't do shit. I'm like, damn, I could have sworn I took your leg off. Ah, man, he ain't do shit. Then when we got cool, he told me, like, yeah, I got a little lab, whatever, and I make him. And I just see how good of a genius he was. Anyway, the son, my son, did he have legs? Yeah, he had legs. And he was strong as hell as a child. And he was a genius as a child. And not just strength, I got you, not just strength and fighting and all that shit. My son was so powerful that he can rearrange time, like go back into the past and all that type of shit. Like I said, he had a hell of a shit. And I ain't gonna lie, I was jealous. I was like, damn, whole time I can do it too. But I'm like, damn, he was already using this shit so good at a young age. I was like, damn, I felt some type of way about it. It didn't last too long. Maybe, it was like then another thing when I noticed how strong he was, like when I'm getting ready to fight, to battle and shit, he would take over. You know how like on Dragon Ball, how Gohan get mad when he see his daddy get mad. I mean, getting his ass whooped, Goku or something, and he get the stop messing with my father. That's what type of shit he was doing. And so it got to the point I could never fight nobody because if he around, even if he at home or something, he'll notice, he'll sense it, and he'll come flying out and he'll beat the shit out of whatever the threat is, and he's basically taking me out of business. Like I couldn't get a damn fight because he's always whooping their ass. I'm like, shit. So I felt some type of way about it. But then JJ, somebody came to me like, what you tripping for? That means you can chill, smoke, drink, fuck, do whatever you want to do. I'm like, you know what? You're right. And like I said, it was over with. I ain't had no hard feelings for it. But that son of mine was super smart. And he was chosen too to do some things in this world. But that son, he was trying to trigger me on purpose. And God was telling me, I was like, why does it seem like he doing shit to trigger me? And God, like, he just trying to make you jealous, but just watch out. And he kept doing it. Just like a person who trying to agitate you, be like, say some slick shit, then look at you, try to see your facial expression or something. Is that making them mad? That's what this little child was doing. Well, I'm thinking it's just a regular child. I'm gonna get to this, it's a plot twist to it. And he just kept doing it and doing it. I kept avoiding and avoiding it. And The child knew what he was doing. He got to the point that it got to the point he pissed me off so bad. What was it that he did? I can't remember, but it was so much. Like I knew he was triggering me, but he knew what buttons to push. To push. And another thing too, when they used to see me get mad or jealous, like feel some type of animosity, any type of way towards my son, which is JJ nephew and all that cousin, whatever, the family would beat the shit out of my ass. Everybody. They like you got some nerve. Your grown ass jealous of a damn little child. I mean, which is right, but they'll beat the shit out of me. Everybody. The whole house just beat the shit out of me. So, uh, but it got to the point I took him out. I took him out. I know you said, damn, you that jealous? What he did that day, I can't really remember, but he did that, and I took him out. And then, of course, I told you they was always whooping my ass every time, you know, I felt some type of way, and they found out. Oh man, all hell broke loose. I mean, they was coming hard at me. So I had to get away, escape somehow, whatever. But the whole time, God showed me. He said, he did that on purpose. Oh, what you mean he did it on purpose? Talking about my son. I can't remember his name. I remember his brother named DeAndre. I think his name was Dre, if I'm mistaken. And what he did was he told me, he coming back. I'm like, he coming back? I'm like, how he coming back? He dead. He's like, no, he coming back. Because it reminds you he could rewind time. And what he also was doing too while he was alive at that time, he was taking them back into time to rob banks. Like back in the Western days, back in the day, they just had the little single shotgun, 6 shooters or whatever. They going back with Uzis and all that type of shit. And people are up on game on that. And that's a big reason God placed me there. It's all part of God's plan because they was fucking up history. So shit that we got in the books that this happened and that happened, they went back and they fucked it up. They was going back robbing every bank, doing all that jumper shit. I was talking about in the one video, you can just jump into a bank and everything. Well, he was helping them do that. And that was another reason I had to stop him too. But he came back. And my sons also, not my sons, but his brother, DeAndre, they also known as the rappers Eric B. and Rakim. Rakim is my son Dre. Even though he's a child, he can grow up as an adult. Rakim is his brother, DeAndre. And he was older. So that's them. And they both can do that. DeAndre, he got some shit too. I think he can do that. No, he needed Dre to do the time traveling. He had powers and all that, but he needed him to do the back in time shit. So that's who that is. But chill out, dog. Chill out. I gotta finish this. I know you're looking at it, man. You motherfucker. Yeah, check this out. So when it comes to DeAndre, I mean not DeAndre, Dre, my son, he's really not my son. And what I mean by that is he's a fallen angel. And the fallen angel I'm talking about is none other than the old drug kingpin that we call Freeway Ricky Ross. Not the rapper, Freeway. See, me and him was partnering up, and he had that drug empire or whatever, and I helped bring it down. Come think about it, I take that back, JJ. That wasn't your creation with the fake legs and stuff. That was his. He had the whole hair, the beard, all that shit. He could make, yeah. That was his. That's how smart he was. And so, anyway, he didn't like that I stopped his operation. I helped bring it down, cause selling drugs and shit, big time. And he hated me for that. And then when we get in heaven, me and him would get into it. It'll go half, it's 50-50. Majority of the time I whoop his ass, he'll whoop my ass. And so he said, fuck it. One day I end up taking him out completely and sent him to hell. And he was like one of the first ones too to get out of hell. But anyway, he got powers too, so he wanted to make sure that he get his get back. So he went and he knew what was gonna come, so he put himself as the baby, as Dre. And that's why he kept trying to make everybody, he knew like, oh, these motherfuckers strong. I'm gonna make him look bad, like he trying to hurt me. The whole time it was a setup. And he wanted my inheritance, and he still is here to this day. And so like I said, he got some get back. But the whole time, also, JJ is really, is that right? I see the light come on. Look, I got it on the paper. I don't want to say, oh, no, this ain't him. No, shit. Give me a second, let me put this in my pocket real. Let me look at, hold on, I can open this motherfucker like this. I don't need to do that. Is it on here? Cause it's a damn different. Come on, baby. Where you at? Where you at? But yeah, my son Dre, that's really Rick, Freeway Rick Ross, fallen angel, come back into time to do that shit to get his get back and get a hold to my inheritance, cause all the money, the hundreds of millions of dollars he lost, and he still blamed on me. I mean, he had to. I mean, God, you know the rules, but he don't give a fuck. He want his money. 'Cause down the line, we had other threats, and they was making money and shit that's still here, and he couldn't beat them. They was stronger than his ass. So he said, fuck it, let me come to the source. I know I can beat him. I beat him in the past. But it's a whole plot twist to all that shit. And like I say, he got a lot of, here go my other paper. No, damn. It's in here. I gotta take this glove off. He got a lot of forms and shit. I know all of them. Got one of them looking. Oh, what's going on?